Hey there, everyone. Let's talk about setting up your landing page. Dun dun dun. Finally, we're getting to it, right? So remember, by now, you should have created your blog. You should have created your personal site where you're going to post up content. Now, your blog can also be used to generate, leads and generate subscriptions, and you can learn about that in the autoresponder section about how you integrate Aweber or whatever you choose with your website. But I'm finding that I don't drive as much subscription traffic through my blog as I do through my straight up landing page. So let's talk about what a landing page is. So a landing page goes by many different names. Some people call it a squeeze. Some people call it an opt-in page. Some people call it a splash page. But it only has one goal, and it's to collect email addresses. The whole point of an opt-in page is to collect email addresses. So you might have entered your email address on this page. This is my landing page. This is the page that you get if you go to rich20something.com. This is the page, and you can see the only purpose here is to tell you a little bit about what I do and get your email address. That's it. And maybe by the time you see this, I'll change it a little bit. One thing I did add is that I added a link to my blog here at the top of the page. It's kind of inconspicuous, but it's still a way to get back to some more of my good content. I may or may not take that out later, depending on how I feel like it's working. So let's talk about how a landing page needs to be formatted. And one thing I want to talk to you about is it doesn't really matter what order you went in these modules in kind of towards the end of the course, because you can make your landing page before or after you make your product. It doesn't matter. But your landing page is the jump off for your product. So the blog is about your content, it's about your thoughts and your ideas and what you have to say. And the landing page is more like the portal to your product. So here's the format that works pretty well so far. That seemed to work pretty well for me and other people. So you can either use a text, a video, or kind of like a hybrid type format. So this is clearly a video-based format, and I'll play the video for you in a minute, and I'll narrate exactly what's going on there. But this is a video format. It's focused on the video. There's a small amount of text here, a small amount of text here. Um, that's something that sometimes works. There also are long form kind of like landing pages where there's a bunch of text here, and basically everything I would say in the video is just kind of said in the text. That works for some people in some markets. I chose not to. I think video is more interactive. Then there are also kind of the hybrid sites, like my expert site, um, where the main purpose there's content, but I'm really also interested in gathering a lot of names and information too. And this is pretty similar to a blog, but it's a little different. So let's talk about. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. So let's talk about. We talked briefly about this before about single versus double opt-in, so I'm not going to go into it. Oops, I started that too early. But I'm not going to go into it in too much depth because we talked about double and single opt-in before. But basically, there are arguments for both. Single seems to be working well for me. So go ahead and test out your market, see what works well for you, and maybe try single until you get to a big enough list, and then maybe go to double. So there are a lot of important elements to the page. I'll close some of these up. So first of all, you want to have a good header, and you can use your logo or you can make one. And I guess, yeah, the header, right? This is the header up here. This is at the top. This isn't anything fancy. I just went into Photoshop and made this. Took me about 5 minutes. Not too crazy. Actually, to be honest with you, I had a friend help me with it because at first I wasn't too good at Photoshop. Now I could recreate this if I had to. But when I first started out, I had no idea what I was doing. I couldn't even operate Photoshop. So, um, but it's not hard to make. So just go in and make something like that. Just gonna be a simple banner. If you want to pay for a more expensive logo, you can go on a place like elance.com, or you can outsource or get someone to make it for you. Um, then you want to have a good headline, right? So it has to be attention grabbing. Now on this one, I don't have the headline because I've actually been split testing, and I found that without my headline, it still works pretty well. I'll show you an example of a headline I used to have. Let me see if I still have it. Um, Here's a headline. Oh, let me stop that. Finally, a proven step-by-step guide that teaches 20-somethings how to start their online business in 30 days. So that's a headline that I have. that I tried out. It worked pretty well, but it actually worked better without the headline. I'll go ahead and test it again later just to see if everything's still working. This video is also a little bit different, but this headline is let me see. Which video is this? Oh, okay, it's the new video. Um, but this headline is also an option, and I think for a lot of businesses, headlines do work. So try to develop a headline that is attention grabbing. And the reason why I put this in quotes here is because that makes it more editorial. It makes it more like, oh, this could have been pulled from a news article. I'm not falsely citing anything, but it just gives it the appearance that it's been pulled from a news article. It makes it more editorial. It's like you're quoting someone, which is pretty cool. You don't have to do that. I just chose to do that. There are a lot of great sources on learning how to write better copy. Eben Pagan writes great stuff on creating copy. You just look around and start looking at. I'm sorry, I'm yawning today. At different ways you can write great headline copy, and also start looking at what's out there already in terms of like what grabs your attention. Words like free, new, proven, you know, guarantee, words like that. You don't want to be too corny with it, but those words do actually draw more attention. So they're proven to work, and if you have a good headline, it will pull. Um, so you want to be attention grabbing. Colors also. Um, so you know, you want the colors on the page to be well coordinated. I tend to like this page better. There's less going on here. But you can see I kept my color palette pretty simple. So what I did was I tried to keep the green prominent here, and there's obviously the green in the video. But then like my emphasis color is red, you know, and also I did that with the headline, which you saw before. But the emphasis color is red. And then just to draw some contrast from the emphasis color up here, I could have made this button red. I decided to make it yellow. I think it stands out. You know, I guess I could even test the button color to see if that works the best. We'll talk about testing briefly. And then, you know, down here in the info box, I have this yellow, but you can see it's all kind of cohesive. There's not too much crazy stuff going on. I tried to keep a a small palette, you know, and so hopefully it's continuing to work well. So just coordinate your colors well. If you're gonna have a video, make sure it's short. We're going to talk about that down here, what's in the video, but 2 to 3 minutes. Succinct content, benefit focused. So you can see I have my header. If you want a headline, it will go here. I have a video. I have a very succinct paragraph on the offer I'm giving, you know, and then I have one, two, three, four little bullet points of benefits it offers. Exact ways to generate ideas people will pay you for, step-by-step methods for turning your skills and hobbies, concrete tools to get your message out there, innovative methods, you know, so it's pretty succinct. There's not, and actually I tried to keep everything, I might put this, I might have this somewhere in the little screen flow already, but I don't remember if I did. I try to put everything above the fold. Everything you absolutely need is above the fold. What does above the fold mean? Above the fold means like when you go to the page, before you even scroll down, everything you need to know is here. Like video, the offer, the opt-in box, the button, and the share. It's all on the top of the fold. You have to scroll down to see this extra stuff, and people are lazy. They might not even scroll down to see that stuff. So you want to have all your good stuff above the fold. You want it to be nice and succinct above the fold, right? Wrong little page. This menu. Oh, duh, I just saw that. Okay, great. And so testing. So testing is what you want to do to see what pulls more people, what works, like what type of opt-in material for your product or for your opt-in or your squeeze page, what type of material works. Um, so this is where testing comes into play. You want to see what people respond to. So that's called A/B split testing. It's like when you have one thing, you test it against another. So for instance, before I had a headline here, I tested against the no headline. I found that the no headline thing works better. More people subscribe to the list with no headline. So how do you do A/B split testing? Well, there's a part of Google Analytics called Google Content Experiments, right? And basically, there are a lot of different things to test. So you can test the headline statement, which I showed you before about the proven methods. You can test the intro video, like you can change the content to your video and see if that works. You can test your offer. You can test the colors on the page or in the headline, and only test one thing at a time. Because when you start testing a lot of things, you're not sure what's working and what's not. But I'll give you. I'm going to give you like a 30-second overview of Google Content Experiments. It's really easy. You can do it yourself. It's not hard. But I just want to give you a brief shot of what it looks like. So you go to Google. This is my Rich 20 something stuff. You can see over the holidays it's gone down. So what you want to do is you want to go to content, you want to go to experiments. So this is assuming you set up your Google Analytics, which is not hard. Just go to Google Analytics. Go search for Google Analytics, sign up your account, and follow their steps. Not hard. So if you go to Google Content Experiments, basically they'll allow you to set up an experiment here where you, and I guess what I can do is I can create an experiment there, and all I do is enter the page I want to improve, and then let's say I want to improve rich20something.com, which is the home page. Basically what I do is I enter in a page there, and then I create another page with the variation that I want. And what it will do when I'm not going to go through all the options, but what it will do is you'll paste in your Google Analytics code to the pages that you want to test, and it will give you metrics on like how many people are subscribing based on the changes that you've made. It's pretty easy. It takes about 5 minutes to set up, but it's really valuable. Gives you a lot of great information. So I hope that helps for you. Um, and so, yeah, but I mean, there are different things to test. One of the biggest things to test is your headline statement. See what headline pulls people. Then test your intro video, test your offer. Maybe they want a different little bribe. Mine is like a 3-day free course. Or maybe they just want different colors. Maybe the color palette isn't soothing. So just test all those things and try to get higher and higher conversion rates of people subscribing to your list, right? So I like the way this page is set up. I think it's sleek. I think it's pretty obvious what the purpose is, and I also looked at it. I also like that it didn't take me a long time. So there are a couple different ways you can set these types of pages up. Themes that make them really easy. Optimized Press is what I'm using for this. I'm not endorsing Optimized Press. I don't sell them. I don't work for them. Whatever. I'm just saying that's what I use. So Optimized Press is very, very helpful. Basically, I'll give you a quick tutorial. All you do on Optimized Press is you would go to their template gallery, and then you just like, let's say I want to create a new squeeze page or new landing page. You can look at their templates, and then you pick one of their templates. I used to have I tried out all these. I tried the arrow ones and all those things. So you try their templates. See, these are the ones I was talking about where it's all text for the landing page. But you just pick which template you want, and then you just once you pick the template you want, you'd go and enter in your content there, and you can adjust all the stuff just by these little simple add-in boxes. They have great little instant short code stuff, so I can insert buttons for add to carts. I could insert different types of features like headlines and content boxes that are colored, or text bars, or checklist things, or testimonials with pictures, or icons for PDFs and MP3s and downloads and all that type of stuff. So or like boxes. I can put all the type of stuff in there, and Optimized Press makes it really easy. Again, not really endorsing them in terms of me being like an affiliate. I'm just saying they're easy and I use them. I've also heard that Kajabi is really good. I don't use Kajabi, but I heard it is. Let's go there and see what it looks like. So Kajabi.com. Um, I've heard they have really good features. I think they're a little bit more expensive than Optimized Press. Optimized Press is a $97 purchase one time. I believe Kajabi is a monthly fee. If it ever loads up, then I'll show you. But and then also you can always make uh, your own opt-in page. So this is Kajabi. Yeah. So you can see I'm not gonna click on all Kajabi stuff, but they definitely have Brendan Burchard. Yeah. Okay. So and actually that's why I heard about Kajabi from Brendan Burchard. Um, but uh, but yeah. So so you can check them out too. They have pretty good stuff. Um, Also, if I wanted to, I could have. So like if you go to danleyhouse.com, this is all made in a program called Headway. I could have also used the Headway theme to create an opt-in page. I'm not even going to bother doing it right now. I'm not even going to bother logging in. But there are other themes like Headway and like Thesis, which I've covered before, which allow you to make custom things. Um, and when you can make a custom theme, you can make an opt-in page. So like let's say you've already paid for like Headway or Thesis, and you really don't have the money to pay for Optimized Press or Kajabi, you can always make something that's very similar to what I have in one of those really, really cool paid themes. So like if you were to go to rich20something.com, if you had Headway, all you'd have to do is make a banner, make a little text box here, make a video there, put some share boxes here, put a link button there, and maybe a little box, and you could pretty much make the whole thing. It wouldn't look exactly the same. It might even look better, but there's definitely a change you could make, or there's definitely changes you could make, and you wouldn't have to be worried about, buying another theme. But for my purposes right now, Optimized Press makes it easy, and I like it. Um, for free themes are hard for this. It's kind of hard to make an opt-in page with a free theme, just because they don't really have a lot of free opt-in type themes like this. If you wanted to sell your product mostly through your blog, it might be easier because you could just integrate Aweber and it would make it easier. But if you don't want to sell through your blog and you want an opt-in page, which I do highly recommend, um, then you're going to want to buy a theme of some sort, I think. Now, you might say, where would I use an opt-in page? Like, I know I would put articles on my blog and show people my blog and distribute it and all that kind of stuff. Where would I show people my opt-in page? Well, the opt-in page is good when you've already given someone content and you want to just now kind of close the deal on getting them to subscribe to your list. So, like, let's say you go to, um, let's say you go to like Huffington Post and you look at one of my articles. If you click on my name, you can see that I have the Rich 20 something link there. So that if you were to click on that, it would take you right to the opt-in page, which at that point you've already read some of my content, so you know I have good content, so you'd be more likely to just subscribe anyway. Whereas, and I actually did end up putting a link to my blog there. That's fine. But if you've read my content and you like it, you're probably ready to subscribe anyway. So you might as well just send you right to the opt-in page. So whenever you've already given out your content, like on your blog or another blog or another content site, then that's where you post the link to your opt-in page. You're going to get more subscriptions that way, rather than just posting a link to your other blog, where people will get caught up in reading more of your content, and then but your whole goal is to get them to subscribe, right? So yeah. So so let's talk about what's in the video. Assuming that you're going to do a video opt-in, which I do recommend. I really do recommend it. Let me close up some of this stuff. So what's in the video? So first of all, it's short. It's not long, okay? Because remember, first of all, people probably won't watch the whole video anyway. So you just want to be able to get most of your point across in like the first 1 to 2 minutes. My first video I did was like 4 minutes. Then I cut it down to like 3, and now it's somewhere like around 2 minutes, 2.5, 2:15. And that's kind of the shortest I can get it without losing the key stuff. So also, I have it set, and you can do this on Optimized Press. I don't know about every other place, but I have it set to autoplay, meaning that when you come to the page, like I'll refresh it, it starts to play automatically without you doing anything, right? I'm going to pause it again, but it starts to play automatically. And that way people don't have to wonder what they're supposed to do. Like, it's pretty obvious. I'm going to start talking to you, and you'll decide whether you want to subscribe or not. Um, so autoplay. So I also put a picture before the beginning because it gives people a minute to get their bearings. Like, if this autoplays, but they have like less than a second to figure out what's going on here, they're like, whoa, they feel bombarded. Like, oh my God, I just clicked on this thing. This guy's talking to me, and like, what's going on? Not that people are stupid or dumb. I mean, if I see that, I might not think, oh my God, what's going on? But that's because I expect it. If they don't expect it, people are caught off guard and they don't know, they can't process the information the same. That's why for about 3 or 4 seconds, I'll put a little picture. In this case, it's just my logo, but I find that it does pretty well. So what you want to have in your video? So you want to have a brief personal story and raise a question to the audience. You want to be able to possibly solve a problem for them if you can by relating to them. You want to have some sort of bribe or incentive. Bribe sounds bad, but I mean, really, what do you think free samples are? They're bribes. What do you think, money back guarantees are? In many ways, they're bribes. It's just a sales technique. And, sales are not evil. Sales are what make people know about products, and then what also make other people be able to live. You know, so, so I think there are some sleazy sales techniques, but for the most part, being able to communicate with somebody the value of a product is a vital skill. So you need to be able to do that. And part of that's being able to give something away to somebody and have them be able to appreciate it that way. So you want to have a brief personal story, solve a problem for them, give them a bribe or incentive of some sort, and give them a call to action. So let's go through the video right now. I'm going to stop it every time one of these little things comes up and just remind you of what I did. And you know, you don't have to do the exact same thing I did, but it is a pretty good format, I feel like. So first I start the video with a little picture, then it starts. Okay, now I'm setting up a question, so I'm engaging the audience, asking them a question about you know, something that in their life. Okay, so I'm raising a problem, okay, and I'm going to introduce a solution. This is based on my own experience, but since I know that I'm not my audience anymore, it's based on evidence that I've heard other people talk about, and I'm literally using their words. Worrying, talking about emotional stress. Make the family connection. Talk about things that are important to them. Personal experience. Talk about what they've gone through, what you've gone through, and what they're probably experiencing too. It's okay to curse. Personal story, getting ready to introduce a solution. Okay, so you see how I'm setting up my solution, but um, I'm also positioning myself as an expert by saying, "Hey, this is the society we're in. This is what's going on." I'm positioning myself as an expert by saying, "Hey, I know what's up. This is a new era," and I'm positioning myself as a leader in that way. And here's the solution. It's coming right now. So I've introduced myself, talked about a problem, talked about a possible solution, established myself as an expert. Now I'm going to give the answer. Okay, so that's the bribe or incentive, and I also included a "I've done this, you can too" type scenario because I know that me personally, I like to hear when people have done things, but I like also people to tell me that, hey, I'm not that special. You can do this too. So that's another element of that. I mean, a lot of that's sales psychology 101, but it really comes down to human psychology, human emotions. Personal testimonial, and of course, you'll want other testimonials later in your videos or in your content. Emotionally content, tying physical results to emotional results. Powerful. Call to action. And looking back on this, I think that was a pretty weak call to action. I think I could have done a little bit better. and I think I could have had a little bit more enthusiasm towards the end. But I can't re-record every video that I've ever made. I try to get them right. I try to do them well, but I'm such a perfectionist that if I, you know, I just can't re-record everything. So, but I think it was a decent video, and it had a lot of the elements of a good sales video, but also gave you a lot of information about like who I am, what I do, what I've done, what I'm offering, and it gave all that in 2 minutes and 38 seconds. And if really 2 minutes and 34 seconds, not including the picture. So pretty succinct, but also really valuable. So that's something that you can model your video after. It doesn't have to be the same as mine, but it's definitely something to think about as you create yours. So let's talk about the funnel. So what's the funnel? And I almost want to put funnel in quotation marks there. Like, I don't even know if I can do it now, but the funnel. So the funnel is this process of once they get this video, now what happens, right? So let me give you an example, and I'll show you a little bit how this process works. I'll actually sign in with a fake email name so you can get the idea. Okay, so create the funnel. So the first thing you want, when someone signs their name up, you want them to have immediately after that you want them to go to a thank you page. So what's one email I haven't signed up yet? Uh, frick. Um, uh, Actually, it doesn't really even matter. I can put I can pretty much put any email like blah 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 at Hotmail. Actually, I don't even have to show you when you enter it. I don't have to show you that because really it's going to see the same thing. So like what you would do is you set your Aweber up so as soon as they sign up, they then go to the thank you page, right? So it's pretty simple. They sign up here. This is all part of the funnel. They sign up here. They go to the thank you page, right? And it's pretty simple. Thank you for enrolling in Rich Twain Jumpstart. You're almost ready to begin watching the first session. Please go to your email inbox now and look for an email from me. You'll then be able to access the first class. You must go to your email to access the first training. So, and then I also have this extra information for people who want to access personal stuff from me, but you don't need that there. So basically, they go to their email. They would get an email from me, and this is all set up in Aweber, which you can look at how to set up in your other module on how to set up your autoresponder. But they'd then be brought to the first value piece, which I'm actually in the process of re-recording right now, but I'll show you the old videos. So this is the first class. So basically, it's destroying the myth. I'll mute that. Destroying the myth monster. So in the first session, we discuss various obstacles that holds back from starting your own businesses, and how to defeat these myths once and for all. It teaches them. I'll also teach you how to come up with great ideas for products that you can make. So this video talks about a lot of different stuff, and you want to have some comments coming on here so that people can see that there's you want to see that there is a little bit of a following, and the more comments you get, the more comments you'll continue to get because people like to feed on each other socially. So this is basically just where I have my first content page, and depending on how you want to space it out, every day or every week or every couple weeks or whatever, you'll send out new content as part of your free stuff. And it doesn't have to be a video course. Mine is a video course. This is just an example of my free content. So your free content could be a special report. It could be, and these are called value pieces. So the thank you page leads to the value pieces, and you want to have 3 to 4 value pieces. So I have 3 to 4. I have 3 to 4. I have 3 actually different sessions in this course. Each one is a different session. So 1, 2. This is session 3, right? So you can see I have 3 different sessions, right? And again, I'm changing all these as we speak, but they're the old videos, and they all have ways to share socially and all that kind of stuff. Pretty simple stuff. But I should add that you can do a lot of stuff with this, but the whole idea is to move the free line. So move the free line is the concept I got from Evan Pagan, and I keep mentioning him a lot because I did learn a lot from him. Basically, what it means is to take your best stuff and give it away. I'm giving away. This isn't like bullshit promotional stuff here. Like the information that I'm giving you is high quality. Like when I talk, especially when I talk about um, different products you can make, creating your products, that's valuable information. Like that should I should be charging for that. So in your free giveaway content, you should be giving away stuff that you should be charging for, and that's called move the free line. When people see that you're giving away high value stuff, they're going to realize that you're about business. They're going to say, "Wow, if I'm getting this much stuff for free, what could I possibly be getting when I pay? I'm going to get amazing stuff." Then, of course, your job is to deliver amazing stuff. But let's talk about what type of content you can deliver. So you can give away, um, has to be like a good amount of content, like maybe 3 or 4 free pieces. But it could be a, it could be a, could be a video course. I don't know why it's doing it like that. It's doing it all weird. All right, well, let's just talk about. Oh, it's like I made it a separate thing. All right, well, let's do it. Let's edit it on this box. So it could be a, video course. It could be a, it could be special a special report or a series of reports. It could be an audio series. It could be a collection of interviews. Like there are a lot of different things you could do for your free material. What else could it be? It could be a free. It could be a. I'll just this whole bubble thing is messing up, but it could be a. It's not even letting me add now. It could be a free ebook. So there's a lot of different things you can give away as free content, right? But the idea is that you want to give away something that's really valuable to people and give away 3 to 4 pieces. So over the course of about a week and a half, 10 days, I give away 3 sessions, which is my program, Rich 20 Jumpstart, which you saw. And you saw the sequence for how that happened. And then at the end of the 3 or 4 pieces of content, that's when you go to the sales page. And I'm actually constructing my sales page right now. I don't think I have one up. Um, like, do I even have one up? Probably not. Yeah, I don't even have a sales page up right now. But basically, the sales page is just where you say, hey, I've shown you some pretty good content. I have some more stuff that's just like this, but even better. If you're interested, go ahead and buy it. And you give another little video presentation, doesn't have to be too long. And then you just offer them the product, and you add a shopping cart button, and then you give them an option to buy it. So it's pretty simple. Um, and we will talk later in the kind of some of the other modules about how you can set up your page for them to buy stuff. Um, but some good things to think about are, and I guess my whole thing's messed up now. But there are different shopping carts. There's Infusionsoft. There's One Shopping Cart. All these different places will help you set it up. But the sales page is pretty simple. Video. This is what I have to offer. If you like the free content, this is what I'm selling. I think you'll enjoy it. Bada bing, bada boom. Pretty simple. So it's a pretty simple funnel. Thank you page, value pieces 3 to 4 times, sales page. And this isn't a surreptitious little thing but it worked on you. If you bought this, the process worked. So it's a good thing, right? And you know it works. So you can do the same thing with your product. So that's basically the landing page and the sales funnel in a nutshell, guys. So I encourage you to start working on it now. If you don't have your blog up, start your blog first. The blog is the most important. Start the blog, but then get right at it. And email me some examples of your funnel pages, and I will help you, or your sales pages, and I will help you to make them better. So thanks, and we'll talk soon.